Hello there, this is a Homer Cocktail again. Listen to classical music over there on the XM radio. Hope it's Creative Commons that they're playing. I'm going to talk about, this one's probably me, compound, as in compounded problems. I wrote a book called Exacerbation. It's a sixth book that I wrote. There's God Rockefeller right over here. Oh, falling onto the ground, I have a book that I was trying to show you. Hopefully it doesn't damage it. This is the first book I wrote, Zoton. Yeah, Zoton. 10 years ago, I wrote it. I wrote a book called Exacerbation. And that was in 2008. Here's the beginning of my notes. I still have it up there, Exacerbation. And before all this, in the autumn, I've been talking about it a lot lately. In the autumn of '98, I came back early from a study abroad program, enrolled in some classes. I was going it's a jog, actually, at a local junior high school. I thought people were following me there, and the internet was just starting off, and I'd get to school and I'd get these real peculiar feelings that someone has told someone else, like some kind of electronic grapevine that's just all of a sudden got quicker. That I was coming to just, people were behaving different than in prior semesters. I started writing a book. It's a traditional 3.5 right there, called Witch Hunt. And I started writing another one called The Thing listed below there. And I've been doing these documents channel. Just trying to explain myself to people, But let's go outside real quick. I'm about to do some laundry. The reason I have that on is because if modern commercial music is in the background, they mute the whole clip or delete you and threaten to fucking kick you off the internet for good and shit. Here's my guitar. Here's some soap. There's some laundry. Take it in bags. I have another bag over there down the hall. Anyhow, there was this clip of a Nirvana, the band Nirvana. They call that kind of band a power. Oh wow, sirens. They call that kind of band power trio, by the way. Rush is a power trio. Canadian band Triumph. Both of them are Canadian, actually. And I thought I was being followed, like I said. But going back to this clip of Nirvana, it was kind of funny because the bass player, I think his name's Chris Novoselic or something like that. There goes my poopy over there. There's my poopy. We got fleas. Chris Novoselic, something like that. He tossed his bass guitar into the air, tossed it into the air. It was a trick. And Kurt Cobain had his back to him. He was doing his thing, but he was facing the crowd, or facing a different direction. And what happened is the bass guitar came down and hit him in the head. Hit the bass player in the head, Chris Novoselic. So that's a bad situation right there, right? And then, to make it worse, Kurt Cobain must have thought he was screwing around because he went ahead and kicked him. Just fucking laid into him and kicked him. So you got the insult and injury. So imagine you had a couple of beers and maybe you're teetering on the legal limit. You get pulled over, and that's a bad situation. But the worst situation is if you're going to slug the cop in the jaw or something. Maybe you would have not, been booked for a DUI if you're close to the legal limit. But most people have the common sense not to let the downward spiral happen like that. What I come to find in life is that there's people, almost everyone has an antagonist out there, you know? If you're deeply religious, you might have someone that's just, you know, all crazy and liberal, or, I don't know, secular or atheist, whatever it is, and vice versa. Most people have people out there that they just can't stand and seem to be at odds with. But I come to find, too, that sometimes, you know, there's sharks out there, figurative sharks. People that don't have the balls to start a fight with someone that they really secretly don't care about, and instead they wait for them to start bleeding, and they wait for the other sharks to start circling and, you know, attacking and stuff. And that's what I'm talking about, this piece right here. You know, I'm probably gonna call it compounds, but the name exacerbation is that thing about a bad situation becoming worse. You just exacerbated your problems by punching a cop in the jaw that pulled you over, you know, thinking that you're swerving in the road or something. That's just hypothetical there. So, yeah, that's that one. Compounds. I'm about to do my laundry. A little overcast and it was drizzling earlier. That's it. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. Before all this stuff, you know, what led up to this is I was about to take off. I was about to drive out that way and, you know, do my laundry. In '98, you know, when I was running that witch hunt, there were people. I had a couple of falling outs with a couple of buddies of mine. I went to vacation with someone that had grown up in Chicago, and we for years we never got in a serious fight. And then something happened over there in Chicago, and maybe I'll talk about it some other time in detail. But something happened over there where we were never friends again, really. You know, and driving back was real awkward. I swear that, oh, this dog stinks. Get out of here! I think he ate. Get out of here! I think he ate something dead or something. He stinks. Anyway. Anyhow. Driving back, I swear, you know, when he was driving, he would see me dozing off and just jerk the fucking truck and the minivan we were in. We drove up and back with his family. But, you know, that was in somewhere around late June and early July of '98. And then eventually I went to Venezuela in late August and early September and enrolled in classes in Claremont. And somehow it wasn't just that guy. It was a couple of other people where you know, the relationships, you know, hey man, I don't know what happened. They just kind of went south. And the personal economics with, you know, with me and people in my life, you know, had some people struggling, and, you know, for the first time I started defaulting on credit card payments. I used to be great ever since I was 18 years old, for the past 8 or 9 years. I tried to get a internship with the Santa Rosa Botanical Garden through the Getty, you know, people out there. And because I went to Chicago, and because you know, I was leaving early to Venezuela, I was one of the finalists, but they said that was a major factor. They, you know, asked them if I cut the internship a week or two short, and they wouldn't let me. So anyhow, at some point I started thinking, you know what? The wind's not at my back anymore. It seems to be at my face. And for about 14 and a half years, 14 and a half years, you know. Are we coming on 10 minutes? Okay, I got 20 seconds. For about 14 and a half years, you know, I've been thinking that. And I don't think that anymore. But I remember first talking about it and the sharks coming out. Oh, someone's fucking with you? Wow, now I'm gonna fuck with you since your little weekends, you know? And that's the way it felt. But, hey, life feels alright again, man. Party on. guys have a good time. This dog could use a bath.